What's up, everybody? Welcome to Best Massage Tech, where today I'm taking a look at the Recover Vibe Burst Massage Gun. So Recover Vibe is a Canadian recovery device company. They do have a couple different products in the athlete recovery space. Today I'll be taking a look at their Burst massage gun, and what initially attracted me to this device was how similar it looks to one of my favorite massage guns, the Theragun Pro, but also they have a super unique attachment that I've only ever seen one other company really make an attempt at. So I'll talk a little bit later in the video about that attachment. But it was something that I just really was excited to try and check out. So in today's video, I'll start by taking a look at what comes with the device out of the box, and then we'll move on to some of the features and specifications and actually using the device. So out of the box, everything that comes with the device does fit in its carrying case. You see the carrying case here, they've got the Recover Vibe branding on the front. You've got two hard plastic zippers on the top. You've got a handle with a rubber grip. The case itself, in terms of sturdiness, I'd say it's not the most rigid, but it's not the flimsiest that I've seen, kind of right in the middle of the road. Certainly don't see it having any issues actually protecting your device though. As you open the case, you've got a couple different pieces that you'll see right away. So in here, you've got some paperwork right on the top. This card here just says, thank you for choosing Recover Vibe. They ask you to tag them on social media during your unboxing. Then it has a couple different little stickers in it. So you've got kind of their Recover Vibe little logo there, Recover Vibe sticker here, and then a little massage gun sticker. Then inside this top pouch, you've got a full color user manual. It just has some specifications and information like that. Talks about the attachments, the speeds, and then some information on the warranty. Then you have the device itself, which does look like this. The device, like I mentioned, does look very, very similar to my favorite massage gun. We'll touch on this a little bit later. You do get a charging cord. They recommend that you fully charge the device for about 2 to 3 hours before your first use. In order to charge it, it does just plug into the bottom of the device here, and then you plug it into the wall. Again, about 2 to 3 hours, and you should get a full charge there. They do recommend that you don't charge it again until it's down to about 10%. Then you do also have a small little drawstring pouch. This has all the attachment heads in it. It does come with 4 different attachments, which we will touch on right now. So the unique thing about their attachments is that they all kind of revolve around a little peg system. So you put this peg into the device here, just press it in like so. And then all the other attachments fit over the top of that. So you do have a flathead attachment. It just goes on like that. You have sort of a wedge attachment. You have a round ball attachment, and you have what they call the dot attachment or a bullet head attachment. Now, all these attachments are made out of what feels like silicone rubber, so they're all really pliable and move around. This sort of peg is a hard plastic, so I suppose you could actually use this peg as its sort of 5th attachment, but in order to change them, you just kind of slide it on. You have to really sort of peel them off. But that's how everything transitions there. I've seen one other device that really operates like this, one of the mini massage guns. In terms of the feel of these, because they're all silicone, they all have a good amount of give to them. So you can kind of see here, I'm able to press down on that. You can press down on all of these. So that is the different attachments. I'm going to go ahead and put the flathead attachment on it for now because that is what I like best. Now the device itself, you'll see here, has got this triangle design. Really cool because you can get a lot of different grips with a triangle design. You know, you can grip it straight into your body this way. You can go a reverse grip and pull it into you. Same way with your back, you can kind of pull it into you. You can grab the base of it, which will help you reach, you know, down on your back, get a little bit of extra reach there. So not only do you have that, it is also an adjustable device. So on the one side of it here, there's just a button you can press, and it does adjust to 3 different angles. So if you're looking to just really dig into your legs and push down, or really pull into your back at an acute angle, you have the ability to do that with this. Now, Recover Vibe states that the stall force on this is between 45 and 50 pounds. Just from my experience and all the different massage guns I've tried, I'd say it's probably a little bit less than that. I'm gonna guess it's closer to 35 to 40 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate that stall force here. This is a 5-speed device, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the top speed, which is typically the highest stall force for most devices. It does take it about 4 seconds to get up to that top speed here, so just give that a second. So here it is on the top speed. So you see how I'm able to stop it here relatively easy. I would say it is probably close to that 35 to 40 range, which is pretty standard. It's a pretty good amount. You're not gonna likely stall it unless you're really digging in on some big tissues like your glutes and your hamstrings. So I don't think there's anything to be overly concerned about. Again, you should just be really floating over your muscles when you are using this. It shouldn't be something that you're really digging in and almost injuring yourself, but that is the stall force on it. The stroke length on this, which is the distance that this massage head is going to move back and forth, it's 11 millimeters. So for me, I'm someone that typically prefers something that has a longer stroke length, somewhere closer to the 14 to 16 millimeters. But even at 11, I know there's a lot of people that really like that type of feeling. Just for me personally, I think it's a little bit more vibrational than true deep tissue percussive. But you know, on the other hand, that 16 is a little too aggressive for some people. So 11 millimeters is what this is. Now I mentioned this device does come with 4 different attachment heads, but the one thing that really attracted me to this was an additional attachment that they had for sale on their website. So I did go ahead and purchase that, and that is a self-heating attachment head. So I have had other attachment heads that you could either put in the microwave or heat. There's only one other company I've seen that's done one that is actually a powered heat. That's Tim Tam, and that was powered by the massage gun itself. This is a self-powered attachment. You see it's got this flat head on it. Now, in comparison, it is quite a bit bigger than their actual flat head attachment. Now, because this is self-powered, does have a power button on the back here. It does come with its own charging cord. So the charging cord is a USB to micro USB charging cord. They say it takes about 3 hours to fully charge this, so I have charged this up. In order to turn it on, you just press this button on the back. You get a couple different lights, so it is a 3 heat level device. So you've got level 1, level 2, and level 3. You just press that power button. In the instruction manual, it talks a little bit about the heat levels for each of these. And the instructions that come with this attachment is just this little sheet here. Now again, this is a Canadian company, so the temperatures are in Celsius, but they say level 1 is 44 degrees, level 2 is 56, and level 3 is 61 degrees Celsius. And so I just converted that to Fahrenheit because I was curious. And you know, when you feel this, it's not super warm. It's definitely a noticeable heat, but it's a gentle warm heat. You know, I can let this go on level 3. I can put it on my face and it feels definitely warm. I can feel it, like, you know, definitely feel the heat coming off of it pretty quickly, but it's not anything that's burning me or overly hot. And that's where the temperatures listed just kind of made me question, because if you convert that to Fahrenheit, level 1 is 112 degrees Fahrenheit, level 2 is 133 degrees Fahrenheit, and level 3 is 142 degrees Fahrenheit. That just sounded really, really high to me, and I was curious. So I went on to Google, and Google tells me that 118 degrees human skin can sustain first degree burns. A second degree burn can occur at 131 degrees, and at 162 degrees human skin is destroyed. So based on that, this attachment at its top level at 142 degrees is somewhere right between a second degree and third degree burn on our skin. So I just think that that maybe isn't accurate. Again, it's definitely warm. It's, you know, something that is very noticeable in terms of heat, but it's not burning me. It's just a gentle warmth. So might need to just shoot a note to Recover Vibe there to just say, you know, maybe check on those temperatures there. Now, the other thing that's different about this attachment head is that you don't need the little nub that the rest of the attachments had. This can attach right into the device on its own. So you just take it, press it in. Make sure you press it in pretty far. It should go all the way up till it's flush here. Now, what I've noticed is that it seems to work best on the lowest speed, just because I can definitely feel the heat. And this is designed to warm up your tissues while it's percussing. So you can just gently go up and down whatever tissue you're trying on. I can feel the heat on this. But what I did notice is that as you get up to the higher speeds, it's just a little bit harder to actually feel the heat from it, just because the device is percussing so much. You're losing a little bit of the heat and just waving the air. Now I can still feel it, but I just don't feel like I'm getting as much of an impact as I would on the lower speed. So just something to keep in mind, just kind of my recommendation. If you are gonna get this attachment, I do think it works a little bit better on the low speed, and it's just a nice gentle warmth that you can really feel in your muscle. So that's something that's really cool there. To me, if more devices had something like this, I think would be a good advancement for massage guns. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see this with some additional attachments in massage guns. And if you could just maybe get it so it was you know, a little bit more warm that you could feel on that high speed, would be really cool. But definitely something that super unique and super comfortable and warm feeling there. So that's that. Now in terms of speeds of this device, again, I mentioned that this is a 5-speed device. So the different speeds are all measured on the side handle here. You just got a couple different lights. So if I put it on first speed there, you see it light up here. Now the first speed here is 1200 percussions per minute. The second speed is 1500 percussions per minute. Third speed, 1800 percussions per minute. Fourth speed, 2100. And then the top speed is 3200 percussions per minute. You see it all lit up here. The other lights here at the bottom, this is the battery level. So it is a fully charged device here. Again, they recommend you charge the battery for 2 to 3 hours. The battery life on this, they advertise it to work between 4 to 6 hours, and that's always going to be dependent on what speed you're using it on, how much force you're applying against it, how long you're using it at individual sessions. So again, battery life there, somewhere between 4 to 6 hours. Again, it is the adjustable device. You've got a couple different angles. It is not Bluetooth at all, so you're just kind of set with the device as is and using it manually. The battery is not removable on it, so you do have to fully charge it once it dies. Again, they recommend charging it once you get down to about 10% battery life. The noise on this, I measured it to be between 55 and 65 decibels. So I will go ahead and just turn it on again so you can hear it. I'll put it on the lowest speed here first. Relatively quiet on the lowest speed. Once you get up to the higher speeds though, it is a little bit more noticeable, but still nothing that's overpowering or distracting. You know, you can certainly hear me as I'm talking over this. So that's the noise on it. The weight of it is 1.98 pounds, so just under 2 pounds. Again, relatively light. The fact that they have the different attachment heads here, you know, you save a little bit of weight in your case overall by not having the hard plastic in all of them. The price of this is $280. They are currently running a sale, I think, for Black Friday. So if you're watching this video around the holidays, you might be able to get it for a discounted price. I will put a link in the description if you're interested in buying it. It does come with a 1-year warranty. So if you have any issues, you can go ahead and reach out to Recover Vibe. They should be able to take care of it for you. So overall, some things that I really like about this device. I think the one thing that I absolutely love that I wish more devices had, and I know there's some patenting issues in the States with it, but I love the triangle handle design. You just get so many more different angles that you can grip it and just get into your body. I love the adjustability. Just so many devices now have resorted to just kind of that T-shape. So having something that's adjustable really just adds a little bit more versatility. So I really like those two things. I love the heated attachment. I think this is something progressive. It's something unique that not a lot of other devices have. So certainly something to consider if you're interested in having something just a little bit more unique. Maybe we'll find something that they'll start to do self-cooled devices now that Hyperice has developed some cool technology there. So just something that I thought was really unique there. Some things that I maybe don't like as much. I really don't like the format of these attachments. The fact that they are all this silicone rubber that just places on here. To me, you know, I wish they all had their own attachment. The one thing, you know, that really bothered me was not so much any of these rounder attachments, the ball, the bullet, or the flathead, but it's the wedge attachment, because the wedge attachment slips on like this. Now this attachment is designed to do sort of a scraping motion. And if you apply any sort of pressure with it, really, it can just start to twist real easily on you. So not that that's not possible with some of the devices that fit straight in, but a lot of them have a little plastic tooth that prevents it from twisting. So I'm assuming the reason that they did this is to save a little bit on weight, but I just, one little, pet peeve there that I wish they were kind of all had their own shaft that you could insert into the massager. And then the other thing that I just, again, personal preference, but I do wish that the stroke length was a little bit longer than 11 millimeters. Just for me, again, like I mentioned earlier, I wish it was a little bit longer so I could get a little bit more aggressive and more of that percussive feel than the vibration feel. But overall, relatively impressed. I think this is a great entry-level device. Again, it's very, very similar to my favorite device in terms of the different handles. It lacks a little bit in the stall force and the stroke length, but for someone that's looking for something that's comparable to some of those devices, I certainly think this is something worth considering. It's got its flaws, but so does every device. So if you have specific questions about the Recover Vibe Verst, go ahead, drop in the comments down below. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, that is the Recover Vibe Verst. That's a review. Enjoy your recovery.